Bad girl movies are a subcategory, mostly, although not exclusively, of films noir, labeled by latter-day movie buffs to describe dark films, mostly in the 1940s and 1950s, but some earlier, and others later, starring provocative, scheming, often sexy or beautiful, but compelling even when not, women, almost always on the wrong side of the spirit and usually the letter of the law. Some are quite young, others not. Manipulative, larcenous, murderous, vengeful, troubled or depraved, they were occasionally misunderstood, softened or redeemed, but sometimes only at death's door. Some very early and much later exemplars got away with their crimes, but most paid, one way or another, as the censors required. These films' posters usually featured sexy artwork of the actress, posed seductively. Currently, these images in original posters and reproductions are as valued as are the films themselves. Such performances include 1920s Margaret Livingston in Sunrise, Louise Brooks in The Canary Murder Case and Pandora's Box, Ruth Chatterton in Madam X, Jean Eagles in The Letter, 1930s, Marlene Dietrich in The Blue Angel, Shanghai Express, Stage Fright and Witness for the Prosecution, Myrna Loy in Renegades, The Mask of Fu Manchu, and 13 Women, Lily Dameter in Friends and Lovers, Bebe Daniels in The Maltese Falcon, Wynn Gibson in City Streets, My Son is Guilty, and Double Cross, Joan Crawford in Letty Linton and A Woman's Face, Anne Dvorak in 3 on a Match and The Strange Love of Molly Leuven, Jean Harlow in Red-Headed Woman, Anna May Wong in Shanghai Express, Constance Bennett in Bed of Roses, Joan Blondell in Blondie Johnson, Frances D. in Blood Money, Miriam Hopkins in The Story of Temple Drake, Margaret Lindsay in The House on 56th Street, Barbara Stanwyck in Ladies They Talk About, Double Indemnity, The Strange Love of Martha Ivers, and Crime of Passion, Bette Davis in Of Human Bondage, The Letter, The Little Foxes, Beyond the Forest, Another Man's Poison, and Dead Ringer, Loretta Young in Born to be Bad and The Accused, Benita Hume in Susie, Simone Simon in La Bête Humane, 1940s, Wendy Barry in The Sun Takes Over, Ida Lupino in They Drive By Night and Lust for Gold, Gail Sondergaard in The Letter and the Spider Woman, Mary Astor in The Maltese Falcon, Betty Field in Blues in the Night, Faye Emerson in Lady Gangster, Ginger Rogers in Roxy Hart and Black Widow, Patricia Morrison in Calling Dr. Death Dressed to Kill, and Song of the Thin Man, Maureen O'Hara in The Fallen Sparrow and Lisbon, Anne Baxter in Guest in the House, All About Eve, Bedeviled, and The Come On, Evelyn Ankers in Weird Woman, Veronica Lake in The Hour Before the Dawn, Cornelia Otis Skinner in The Uninvited, Claire Trevor in Murder, My Sweet and Born to Kill, Anne Blythe in Mildred Pierce, Kay Francis in Allotment Wives, Lynn Merrick in Boston Blackie Booked on Suspicion, Gertrude Michael in Allotment Wives, Anne Savage in Apology for Murder and Detour, Jean Tierney in Leave Her to Heaven, Vader Ann Borg in Accomplice, Ava Gardner in The Killers, The Bribe and My Forbidden Past, Jean Gilly in Decoy, Lola Lane in Deadline at Dawn, Lana Turner in The Postman Always Rings Twice, Martha Vickers in The Big Sleep and The Burglar, Janice Carter in Framed, Jane Greer in Out of the Past and Station West, Jane Meadows in Lady in the Lake, Lizabeth Scott in Dead Reckoning and Too Late for Tears, Alida Valli in The Paradine Case, Joan Bennett in Scarlet Street, Leslie Brooks in Blonde Ice, Rita Hayworth in The Lady from Shanghai, Dorothy Lamour in Lulu Bell, June Vincent in Shed No Tears, Marie Windsor in Force of Evil, The Bounty Hunter, and The Killing, Dorothy Hart in Undertow, Virginia Mayo in Flaxie Martin, Helen Walker in Impact, 1950s, Lucia Bosse in Cronaca Diana Moore, Lauren Bacall in Young Man with a Horn, Peggy Cummins in Gun Crazy, Faith Domergue in Where Danger Lives, Joan Fontaine in Born to be Bad, Laurette Luz in D.O.A. Lee Patrick in Caged, Anne Southern in Shadow on the Wall, Audrey Totter in Tension, Jane Wyatt in The Man Who Cheated Himself, Angela Lansbury in Kind Lady, Please Murder Me, All Fall Down, and The Manchurian Candidate, Beverly Michaels in Pick Up and Wicked Woman, Christine Norden in The Black Widow, Jan Sterling in Ace in the Hole and Female on the Beach, Danielle Darrier in Five Fingers, Gloria Graham in Sudden Fear, The Big Heat and Human Desire, Marilyn Monroe in Don't Bother to Knock and Niagara, Cleo Moore in On Dangerous Ground and One Girl's Confession, John Simmons in Angel Face, Peggy Castle in I, The Jury, John Peters in A Blueprint for Murder, Mercedes McCambridge in Johnny Guitar, Gabby Rogers in Kiss Me Deadly, Simone Signoret in Les Diaboliques, Barbara Hale in The Houston Story, Jane Russell in The Revolt of Mamie Stover, Diana Dawes in The Unholy Wife, Jean Moreau in Elevator to the Gallows and The Bride Wore Black, Mamie Van Doren in High School Confidential, 1960s, Bridget Bardot in The Truth, Juliette Greco in Crack in the Mirror, Catherine Rouvel in Cheddar Pool, Lola Albright in Les Phalans, Jane Fonda in Les Phalans, Anu Mari in Branded to Kill, Catherine Deneuve in Manon 70, 1970s, Bernadette Lafont in Une Belle Fille Comme Moi, Shirley Stoller in Seven Beauties and the Honeymoon Killers, 1980s, Mariuszka Detmers in Prainam Carmen, Isabella Gianni in L.E. Acute T. Acute Mortrier, Kathleen Turner in Body Heat and Prizzy's Honor, Mayako Harada in Ran, Nicole Garcia in Periel en la Demore, Teresa Russell in Black Widow, Isabel Huppert in Une Affaire de Femmes, 1990s, Victoria Abril in Amantis, Nicole Kidman in Malice, To Die For, Birthday Girl, and The Golden Compass, Lena Olin in Romeo is Bleeding, Alicia Silverstone in The Crush, Linda Fiorentino in The Last Seduction, 2000s, Paz Vega in Carmen, Laura Smet in La Demoiselle d'Honneur, Connie Nielsen in The Ice Harvest, 2010s, Rosamund Pike in Gone Girl,